Hey, it's your boy DJ Wolf. Yeah, I'm back in the DMV, and boy, nothing ever changes around here. Well, at least not the traffic, and to some respect, not the people. I got back in town yesterday after being in Cleveland for around 4 days, 3 nights. During that time, there were like about a half a dozen shootings there. And then there was another shooting that happened yesterday. More on that a little later. But I ran through a dozen potholes. And many of them right on the main streets of East Cleveland. I was shocked. There were potholes all over there. And I'm thinking, the city could actually create jobs there and generate revenue by allowing to hire people to replace the pothole, to fix them. No, they won't do that. I don't know. Something got to be done. But the rumor has it that East Cleveland is going to be divided up between Cleveland and Cleveland Heights. Cleveland Heights is going to get one part that's closest to Cleveland Heights, and Cleveland's going to get the rest. Kind of the way it should be, because Cleveland Heights, that part of Cleveland Heights that they're trying to get is closer to them, and the other part is close to the city. It makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. I don't know why they won't do that anyway. I think they don't want to divide East Cleveland but the two factions, which is Cleveland and Cleveland Heights, that can vie for East Cleveland, will be able to get will be able to incorporate sections either in Cleveland Heights or Cleveland, which in a way will be a good thing, that they'd be able to help out the revenue of East Cleveland and just incorporate it into those two towns. I think it's a good idea. But I wish, the people around the city, at least some people, I ain't gonna say who, I wish some people would grow up. There was an incident, if you don't already know about it, of this 37-year-old guy who actually killed a guy while posting on Facebook. He shot a 74-year-old man. And to the life of me, I don't even know why he even bothered that guy. That guy was minding his own damn business. And I saw the video. It was very, very graphic, man. And it haunted me a little bit. I was really sad about that, man. Because that could have been somebody's grandfather, could have been my father, could have been anybody's parents, man. It was just messed up. And the guy he was just cold. He told the guy, I don't know, I just don't even want to go into detail about it. I thought it was fucked up what he did. And there was no reason to do it. But I'm hoping and praying that this guy get caught soon. And I'm going to tell him right in front, best you surrender, because you know how cops are in Cleveland. They do not play. Let alone state troopers, So I'm going to just tell you right up front, buddy, turn yourself in. Best thing you can do for yourself and everybody else. There's no point of, it's just turn yourself in. Really the best thing to do. Because I don't, it broke my heart. Matter of fact, I hadn't too long been in town yesterday when I heard, back in town here in the DMV, when I heard about it. I was like, damn, I just left Cleveland. Some people who know me today when I came back in thought, hey, we thought that it affected you, and actually it didn't. Thank goodness, but unfortunately it affected somebody's family, and to me that's fucked up. And that's what really it was troubling. It was troubling. It really was. It was very troubling when I saw that video. And now, I kind of, in a way, wish I hadn't saw it, but then I had to find out how evil this guy really was, man. This guy's mad evil, man. And he needs to turn himself in, man. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I can't. I won't go into it any further. He needs to really turn himself in. He seriously does. Because, you know, I don't know, it's just, I was just did a podcast about how love is fading and evil is settling in. And it is. And that's what's troubling me. You know, this world, man, we gotta come together and get things right, man. Because I'm gonna tell you, it's just, if for no one else's sake, do it for the kids, man. You know, I saw my nephew first time in about 3-4 years. Well, really probably about 3 years at least. And him and his mom. And come on. When his mom and him was leaving out, first thing she told me, you know, and he's a talented young man. He's very artistic, arts. He's very much into the arts. He's very he's very into arts, and he's really good at what he does, especially for a young age. He has his own channel on YouTube, and it's like, wow, it's crazy. I gotta talk to him about tweaking a few things, but I mean, he's pretty good. You know, he's good off the chip off the old offer. But anyway, nevertheless, her message told me basically, hey, you know, gonna need you to be there. And, you know, she has a good point, because I think he's still impressionable, and he needs that support and love, you know. And I do feel that based on his talent, he needs that support and love, you know. But, yeah. It's a good spot where you're doing. But anyway, nevertheless, it's I just feel like there's so much pressure. Like I said, when I went home, it's just like, wow. It was an eye-opener. That yesterday, after I heard about that, was a real eye-opener. But what I saw in Cleveland, you know, around the city and the people I know and love, it was some things that opened my eyes, man. And things that made me say, hey, you gotta step it up a little bit. Whatever I don't know, just, it made me feel so sad, man. In fact, I was leaving out on my way out the city, going to the airport, man. I just cried. I heard the song "Jesus Is Love" by Lionel Richie, and I just started crying, man. My tears just streaming down my eyes, man, because I was thinking about how sad that my part of the city is. Downtown is vibrant. Downtown is the most vibrant I've ever seen it. It used to be the other way around 35 years ago, 4 years ago, when downtown was a little on the draft side. It was still kind of a little bit vibrant, not as much as it is now. And the neighborhoods were vibrant. But downtown was okay. It was just, you know, buzzing around. It usually does, like most downtowns were at the time. But now, it's complete opposite. Downtown is vibrant as hell, and the neighborhoods are just kind of like just getting by. You know, it's weird. And it's, like I said again, it's really sad. You know, I was there 4 days. I remember back in the day there was a number of kids lived on my street. You know, during those 3 nights and 4 days, I didn't hear any kids around there at all. And this used to be just on my side of the street. You know, I didn't hear no kids around there. I didn't almost hear no cars going by on the main streets. I didn't see any cars going by on the main streets. You know, I saw potholes everywhere, which is probably why a lot of people don't drive around there as much. It was just sad. And then downtown, I was down there Saturday, and I could get around a little bit in the morning, because we were down there early, like about 10:30. And things were just starting to get around. People were just starting to come around there. and they had a protest on one side, Trump protest, and try to get parking around there, and that was kind of a mess because then when you get to the main opening of parking, they said you got to come around on the other side of the street, and I had to back up and go around. I was like, I just said, forget it. Because I didn't have tickets for either the Browns, the Indians or the Cavaliers, who both teams played 1 hour apart right across the street from each other, and I knew that was going to be a big mess. So I just said, forget it. But it was a nice day. It was a nice, gorgeous day. Well, actually, to take that back, it was raining that day. So. But nevertheless, I do feel good about some things about the city, but other things I'm thinking, maybe Mayor Jackson isn't doing enough to get the neighborhoods vibrant again like they used to be. Getting these companies who invest into the city to help create jobs around the neighborhoods. All those empty factories out there in those neighborhoods that I grew up around. Generate businesses around there. Guy was talking to me, matter of fact, Saturday, I was out in, for those of you who know Golden Gate Plaza.
Red light camera reported ahead.
Thank you. Those of you who know about Golden Gate Plaza on Mayfield Road. My wife and I went out there for a little while, and I was coming out the men's store, and the gentleman just came out and said, "Hey, young man," he said, it's a shame that all these businesses are going away from the neighborhoods and they're going downtown." And I totally agree with him. We were talking for a few minutes about that. It really saddened me about that, man, because I never heard anybody talk about neighborhoods like that. I mean, when I talked to him, and he was right. He was like, they're pushing all the money and the funding away from the neighborhoods. They're putting it downtown. And you know what it's called? It's called white flight. That's what's going on. But I think eventually, I told somebody, eventually what's going to happen, the buzz is going to start generating around there that Cleveland's the happening place. They're going to start with downtown, and they're going to move out to the other parts of the neighborhood, and it's going to eventually be gentrified. White people will start buying them, big investors will start buying up that cheap land that's vacant, and they're going to build on it, and eventually white people will move in. That's exactly what's going to go down. They already done it in some of the neighborhoods already. University Circle, Huff, and Cleveland Clinic areas around Carnegie, they've done that for years. They've been doing that. I remember I saw the advancement of gentrification back in the 80s. I saw a lot of that happen. Damn, barreling down here. So it's already happened in certain parts of the city already. And I got a feeling it's going to expand after a while. But it's kind of like bumming me out because the people who needed the help the most from the city aren't getting it back from the city. This is people I know and love and I care about very much. And it hurts me to my heart to see them suffer the way they do right now up there. Lack of jobs, lack of social services, lack of local businesses around there. When I grew up, there were tons of businesses around there, just around in my neighborhood area alone. When those factories start moving away and stuff, the businesses start suffering. They start closing up. They start moving out to the suburbs or further downtown. It's almost like downtown is another city from the city itself. That's what I saw. I'm going to still try to put together a mini documentary video on it real soon. Probably by this weekend, I hope. I did shoot some footage. I didn't do a whole lot. I did like about 3 or 4 minutes. I couldn't do but only so much. I don't want to put my city out there like that. Other than what's already out there in the video that I'm going to present. But that's as far as I want to take it. I won't be talking about that fool. I forgot the guy's name. I'm not even going to mention his name. He pissed me off so bad after what he did. That guy who was going around the city doing what he did. I'm not going to bring his name up. I'm not going to give him the publicity at all. He won't get that publicity from me. The only thing that I'll put out there is that they're still looking for that he gets caught. You know. And any new updates about his whereabouts. That's pretty much it. Otherwise, I'm not going to even mention his name. You know, because I thought about that. I said, why should I give this guy publicity for doing something that hurts his community? Because in essence, that's what he's doing. You know? To sit there, his brother, to sit there and just innocently shoot another brother. It's another mark against our people. I'm sorry. That's what it is. You know? Now, the question is, and yes, I'm going to throw this out to the Cleveland chapter of the Black Lives Matter movement. Where y'all at? I haven't heard one peep, not one peep from anybody about from the Black Lives Matter movement anywhere in the country, including Cleveland. Okay? Denouncing that murder. No. Nope. Not even the NAACP. No, nobody. You know, because of Black Lives Matter, when you're assaulted or hurt by a cop, then Black Lives Matter when you're assaulted by your own. Doesn't make a difference. It should matter all the time, regardless of who is doing the perpetration on you. You know, that's the contradiction that I have against Black Lives Matter movement. I think they're a good cause, but I think there's some issues with them. And that my main issue is it only addresses the certain issue about cops or racists against black people. What about your own people? You know, because to me, otherwise, that's a false narrative. If you're saying Black Lives Matter, then it should matter always, regardless of who's doing the perpetration. That's all I'm saying. You know, I had, about 2-3 years ago, I gave my opportunity to come on my podcast and talk about it and discuss it. You know, I actually talked to them. As a matter of fact, it was the Cleveland chapter. Not a peep from them after that. They was like, well, we'll get back to you. Really? Really? Okay.
Watch out, vehicle stopped on shoulder ahead.
Thank you. I like this thing. But anyway, that's about all I got for right now, guys. I'm just, you know, I'm feeling a little bit on the melancholy side because of what happened. But hopefully they'll catch this guy. And hopefully sooner than later. Alright, guys. This is DJ Bo. Let me get off here if I slap somebody right behind me. I didn't lose the damn mind. Alright, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm out.